I am watching every single Criterion film. In this video, I have Flowers of Shanghai, which is Hou Xiaoxian's 1998 Late King chamber piece. Set in 1884, it unfolds mostly inside four elite flower houses, which are elite brothels, with Tony Leung as Master Wang and Michiko Hata, Vicky Wei, Karina Lau, Michelle Reyes, and others as the house workers around him. The film opens with a single 8-minute shot. The film is strikingly confined to interior space, in part because the production was forced into a custom-built studio setting, so there's only 38 long takes that make up an almost 2-hour film. The plot is deceptively small, as at its center is Master Wang's wavering attachment between Crimson and Jasmine, while the women's rivalries, negotiations, and house politics generate the film's real momentum. The story is simple, but it is built around Wang's shift between love and obligation, with money always hovering in the background like a pressure the characters can feel but rarely named directly. A lot of the decisive action is delayed, hinted at, or pushed off screen, so the film's drama comes from implication rather than plot mechanics. The film's deepest narrative, though, is how love and sex is all bought and transactional. It's a film about money and fake love. The brothel is a gilded social system where intimacy is always entangled with customer support, debt, status, and labor, and these houses operate according to their own codes of etiquette and hierarchy, while also showing relationships among the women as a mix of care, rivalry, and abuse. That is what gives the movie its aching feeling. The love that exists is built on foundation to exploit the women and make money off of them. Naming the women in this film Crimson, Emerald, Jade, Pearl just shows how objectified these women are in the flower houses. The performances are restrained, precise, and quietly devastating. Tony Luang plays Wang as reserved and internally torn rather than openly passionate. Michiko Hata's Crimson carries a wounded dignity and an almost bureaucratic insistence on fairness. Vicky Wei's Jasmine brings a younger, destabilizing energy that changes the emotional weather of the film. The cast works at a natural, unforced level, but Ho filters that naturalism through stillness, pauses, and controlled gestures, so the acting feels less like display and more like behavior under pressure. Ho's direction is what turns this from a period melodrama into something stranger and more hypnotic. He uses drifting pans, nested doorways and windows, long takes, and tightly controlled blocking to make the camera behave like a discreet observer. The camera maps hierarchy and social distance through movement alone, where people occupy different planes of depth, and the room keeps reconfiguring itself. The result is a film that feels both luxurious and claustrophobic, a world of smoke, silk, ritual, and emotional containment, making you feel as trapped and stuck as the women in the houses, and also how time jumps. It makes you feel a non-linear pacing to desensitize you from time, also playing to that feeling of entrapment. Overall, Flowers of Shanghai is one of the most controlled films I've seen. It's less a story that unfolds than a social world that slowly reveals its rules, wounds, and trapped desires. It's a beautiful film, but the beauty is inseparable from enclosure and the loss of autonomy and freedom that the women go through. They may look like they're living luxurious lives, but is it luxury when being stripped of their freedom and autonomy? And I give Flowers of Shanghai a B+, a 7 out of 10, at 3.5 stars. I'm curious to hear your thoughts down below if you enjoy this film or not. And if you haven't checked it out, I really recommend checking it out. It is a very slow film, so you have to be patient with it. But I think that plays into that feeling of entrapment and doom and like not being able to get out. It kind of mirrors what the women feel throughout the movie. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like and follow.